was your motivation in going to Ghana?
I've always wanted to travel to Africa, and Dr. Reese always says, to be a compelling person, put yourself in compelling situations, and like when you tell people you're going to Ghana, it's pretty exciting.
I just want to experience the diverse culture.
I know they are great people, and I'm looking forward to learn from them.
The opportunity to be in an environment with people different than I, different beliefs, different morals, people who are living in a certain way that when I'm immersed in that atmosphere, it's going to be completely a mind-blowing experience.
It's a unique experience. The motivation behind going somewhere and doing something you've never done before.
The history is so heavy, and it's so full with, the struggles and the way that they persevered through the slavery and just everything and their weather and everything. So that's something I would love to meet these people. I've heard they're hospitable and they're welcoming, and just to see that kind of nature in comparison to American culture and the way I was raised is something that really appeals to me.
So my second question is, what do you actually expect out of going to Ghana?
Expecting to become more worldly in general, just see different points of view and see how different people live. And
I just expect to have a stronger appreciation for what I have here.
I think I'm going to be every way a better man by exposing myself to the Ghanaian culture.
I think what I want to do most is learn enough about the successes and the positivity of that culture.
It's interesting to think of how we live here, and we deal with a lot of trivial everyday problems, but then to see how people really persevere in a really like a third world nation, and just how they can still be so like warm-hearted and good people. I'm really excited just to meet the people.
Well, as a political science major, knowing about different countries is very important, knowing about the world around us. And I started taking the Ghana class, the PLS 499, just as a major course. I wasn't actually thinking I would be going on this trip. And so I wanted to learn about a part of the country, a part of the world that I'd never really studied in depth before. And so taking this class and then learning that I'd be able to go on this trip, just the theoretical knowledge that we've gained, knowing about the intricacies of their culture and the naming system, and knowing that that's so very unique to that culture. It's fascinating, and being able to then apply that theoretical knowledge that we've learned in this class to the conversations and the experiences we'll have when we're in Ghana. Being prepared is half the battle. Having a little bit of knowing what you're going to encounter, knowing a little bit of what to expect, it takes a lot of the edge off, and knowing that you're not going to go in there as a blundering idiot, perpetuating the stereotype of the stupid American. Being prepared is a big thing when traveling, and knowing such deep information, going so far as we have into the history and the culture of the country, we're going to be great ambassadors. We're going to be able to portray ourselves as strong, knowledgeable individuals, working together for a purpose, learning more, and getting to know a different culture that's so far removed from our own.
Albury Botanical Gardens, just being there was just amazing, just seeing the nature and the beauty of God, and how God created all these trees for medicines and cures and spices and foods that they use in Ghana. And it was beautiful because, like, my dad, we used to use like Vicks, and I saw the tree that actually uses the leaves to extract Vicks from, and so everything was just beautiful. And I got a chance to just meditate in the garden, and just being there, just the dense vegetation, the greenery, the nature, the moist air, everything was just beautiful.
And then we got a chance to see Kwame Nkrumah's mausoleum. where he was last laid and his wife, and everything was just so wonderful to see and experience. And
probably the number one highlight for me was we went to the largest waterfall in West Africa, and it was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it, because at the same time I'd been reading this book on nature, and we got out there, and something about the waterfall, to feel that power of nature, something about it was euphoric, and I really, I could have stayed. We got to wade out into the pool and go under, and just the sheer force of the waterfall was incredible. I was blown away. And that was just, that's an experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. Because, they say that, the core of man's spirit comes from new experience, and that's something that will resonate with me, and I'm just going to remember it for my entire life. It was absolutely amazing.
Mina Slave Castle was one of the most powerful experiences of my life. Just through all my life, just hearing stories and studying and hearing about slavery, but actually being in the dungeons where all these people were held captive was extremely, just an intense experience. There was one room in particular where you really could smell the stench. It's almost like if you were there present, you could feel everything. It was like a sense of, it was a feeling that's undescribable. And I think Regina put it well on different emotions that we all probably had. But through all their struggle and all their hardship, the people in Ghana are loving. They're spiritually conscious. Their respect level is absolutely amazing. How much respect they have for each other and others. They basically treat everybody good, no matter who you are, where you come from, what color you are, no matter what circumstances you have endured. They treat you with love and respect and kindness, and that was huge for me. So I think for me, being in certain situations where you're immersed with their culture and values, and being able to see that throughout time they still keep their spirit and their love and the hearts that they have was huge for me.
I've learned so many things from this experience. I've learned so many important lessons that I really, truly have taken into my heart and will live my life with. And one of the greatest of those is just the appreciation for what you have and what life is worth and what people are worth. What people are important, the experiences you have, the land is important, the nature, the gifts that you've been given in your life are so much more important than these things. And so, being home, I've really realized how much that has impacted me since I've been back in Ghana. And I also just realized, the world of traveling, and my eyes were open so wide, and I really realized, this is such a rich experience. It's changed my life, and I just know that I want to continue to travel and want to continue to take those experiences from traveling, because if I can travel to different places and take lessons like this back every time, I'll be such a whole, full person. So it really has been such a beautiful experience, and I'll never forget so many memories, and I'm planning to go back. I'm going back next year. When you tell me I'm going to save now. I know I don't have to spend as much money on things now. I can save my money, and I can, invest in things that are really going to make an impact on my life, like traveling to different countries.